Let's talk about knob and tube wiring. Anytime I tell my buyers a house still has this, they usually get a pretty concerned look on their face. This is what knob and tube looks like. It's one of the earliest forms of residential electrical, and you'll typically see it in Portland homes built before the 1940s. The ceramic knobs keep the wires off the wood framing. Those little tubes protect the wires where it passes through. Funny enough, back in the day, this was basically the Cadillac of wiring. It got phased out because it was so expensive to install, not because people thought it was unsafe. In fact, when it was brand new, it was actually less of a fire hazard than the old cloth insulated wires that were stapled right to the framing. My main issue with knob and tube today is what happens over time. Whenever somebody needed to add a new wire, they just twist the wires together and tape it up. These are called open splices. Knob and tube doesn't use junction boxes like modern wiring. That was fine by 1905 standards, but today it's a pretty big fire risk. Here you can see all the multiple open splices, and more, and a few more. The biggest problem though is insulation. Knob and tube needs open air to dissipate heat. If you see it buried under attic insulation, like it is here, that's a legit fire hazard. Those wires can overheat when they're covered up and whoosh, house fire. While I was down here, I also spotted CPVC plumbing lines. CPVC is probably the worst plumbing product to go into houses in the last 100 years. It gets brittle, and with all these little fittings, it's just prone to leak. It's just junk. The upside, this would be about the easiest house in the world to replumb. So there's no need to panic just because a house has knob and tube. But it absolutely needs a careful evaluation by an electrician to figure out what's still live, what's been abandoned, and what needs to be upgraded for safety. That's why I always have these conversations with my buyers. We go over what knob and tube is, the general risks, and then what my specific concerns are with this property. I also always recommend budgeting for replacement and bringing in any electrician during the inspection window just so they know exactly what it's going to cost to upgrade it to a modern, safe system. Hope this helps the next time you're out touring through old houses and you spot some of these little ceramic knobs with funny looking wiring. Thanks for watching and have yourself a great day.